Community Hotline is made possible with generous support by the Mount Hood Cable Regulatory Commission. The Mount Hood Cable Regulatory Commission advocates on behalf of the public interest on communications policy issues at the local, state, and federal levels.
Welcome to Community Hotline. I'm Monica Weitzel. We're here in Gresham at MetroEast Community Media. Thanks for joining us tonight. Now I'm going to welcome back to the studios Larch Mountain Country Artisans. I'm really happy to have them here again. With me, I have Starlina Simon. You're on the publicity team. Thanks for coming again. And Nancy Tingley, you are also on the publicity team and the hospitality team. Thanks for coming here today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, you bet. You know, last year you were here sharing your information about this event, and it was just, I was very excited about it because it just had some beautiful, beautiful artwork to show. So I was able to go to last year's event, and I'll tell our viewers a little bit about that in a while, but it was really, really fun. One of you could tell me a little bit about the Larch Mountain Country Artisans, why you exist and what your mission is, since you are a nonprofit too. Who wants to handle that one? You want that one, Star?
Sure, the Larch Mountain Country Artisans. They've been around for 37 years now. Wow. And it started as a little group of people, artists, that wanted to work together, co-op, you know, create this co-op that people could get together and present their art and do their thing. And then it's kind of evolved into, they promote the arts, really promote the arts in the area, even from down at the grade school age.
Really?
They work with the Corbett School District, pretty much all through the little kids on up. They work, you know, in promoting the arts for them.
Corbett's kind of become a little arts mecca anyway, hasn't it? I mean, there's a lot of artisans that live in that area and that produce work in that area. So it's kind of impressive. Yeah. So this art show that you have is the one big thing that you do during the year. Is that right? This art show and sale. Yes. It's like your biggest event.
Yeah, it's a big event.
It's a big one.
We pretty much work a good part of the year preparing for
this. Yeah.
Right.
So why don't you tell me, Nancy, about the Heart of the Country show and sale? This is going to be at the same location it was at last year. And where is that?
It's at the Sam Cox Building, or Glen Auto Park, down by the river in Troutdale. So
just keep on going down the Columbia River Highway right through the main part of Troutdale.
Right. It's sort of nice and woodsy, looks Christmassy with all the, they put up all the decorations that looks Christmas-like.
Right.
And
so this,
it's been there for most of the time they've been having the show, as far as I know. I've been there 12 years now, I believe. And it's usually a line of people waiting to get in the door. So
no, it's a couple days event, right? Or 2 or 3 days? 3 days event. So is it Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Yes.
Okay, so that's November 18th, 19th, and 20th?
That's right.
Okay. Now, I think you said on Friday is when it's usually the biggest lineup.
Right.
Is that because it's the first day and everybody wants to see what's going on?
They want to get first
dibs at this. Yeah, I get that. I went on, I think I went on Saturday last year, and I didn't really have to wait in line very long, but there was a little bit of a line, but it went really fast, and it was great. I was so amazed at the variety. So, for example, here, maybe the cameras can get a shot of that, are some of the beautiful things that you have available at this event. So the wine, that's from your...
That's, yes, Leaning Star Winery.
And I got some of that last year. It was really good. It was local
Yes.
Everything was local, right?
Local, I mean, and we've gone more and more, mainly this year, really going towards actually making it from our own fruit.
That's
and
great.
So it's becoming a little more special.
Yeah, I imagine.
Right from my heart.
And the labels are so pretty. Who does the labels?
Local artists.
Yeah.
I do a few of my own, but yeah, I
mean, they're keepers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're models that you want to hang on to and use them as vases or something because they're really pretty. And so we have some jewelry. We have some really cool tie-dyed and designed socks. and this is also from the. That's really cute.
Yeah, this is actually one of our new artists.
Oh, okay.
And Dee Johnson, I think is her name.
Right.
And yeah, she's a bunch of our artists. It's kind of crazy. Are actually from out in Estacada. I was looking over the list, and Estacada and Eagle Creek, and
that's the new artist area. Is that it?
Evidently.
Yeah, yeah. And
so you have about how many artists will be participating in this?
I believe there's 35, right around there. 35.
Okay, and they're all different mediums, obviously.
Right.
So, do you have the same artists every year, or how does that work?
We have new ones this year. Several new ones, and sometimes they rotate out.
Okay.
Some people, maybe it's not a good year for them to do the art, so they take a break for a year, and then other artists have a chance to come in. And it's a juried show, so
it is a juried show.
They jury it.
So that's a smart way to do it, because that way you always bring in something new and fresh every year.
Yeah, and then they try to have a variety. So if there's somebody else doing something exactly like the person that's jurying, they might not accept it just because they want to have a good variety.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah, you don't want to have all jewelry. You don't want to have all, all paintings. And I remember there was some really good jams and some other, edible kind of art, I suppose. I do want to show some paintings that you have done, if I may.
Yes.
And this one, I want to make sure we can get a good picture of this.
That's my newest one. It's of Multnomah Falls. I just finished that one.
You just finished it. How long ago did you finish this?
Oh, like this last week.
Wow, wow, and that's beautiful. I really do like your work, and I told you when you came in, I bought a bunch of small pictures. They were actually cards last year, but I framed them all because they were so beautiful. So this
I like to do outdoor scenery and a lot of wildflowers.
And that's what I got. The
berries,
ones I
wildflowers.
bought were all wildflowers and berries, and I picked ones that I knew and liked. And so this one,
that's bear grass.
Bear grass.
That's one of my favorites.
I love this one.
I remember driving over Mount Hood when I saw a bear grass growing right by the side of the road, and I just slammed on the brakes. It's like, stop.
So
I gotta go get pictures.
Some, or you took pictures of it?
Yeah. I can't pick them, and the weather doesn't permit you to sit there and paint them.
You didn't just stop on the side of the road and start painting?
No.
No, I imagine that wouldn't.
So anyway, that's really fun.
Beautiful.
And then there's
one more here.
Yeah.
Careful
just
here.
Brought a variety of them, and they're made into cards and prints, and I have the originals too, and that is Mount Adams at Bird Creek Meadows.
That's beautiful. I love this
one of the prettiest places to view wildflowers.
I have never been there. I'm going to have to check that out.
This year it was not open because of the weather. There's too much snow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I couldn't get in there.
So all we have is your lovely pictures.
And the year before there'd been fires in there. So,
oh, okay.
So anyway.
Yeah. Well, and I believe that you also brought some other pictures of some of the other artists' work. So maybe we can bring those up, and you can tell us what other things we can look forward to seeing this year. We can get those on the screen. So, okay, now the one on the left, top left, I imagine is that the same artist
that's a cookie jar.
Here?
That one there is a
really
cookie
cute.
jar, and most all of her arts, they have these really whimsical, crazy little faces.
Whimsical.
I just love them.
They kind of make you smile, don't they?
Yeah. And then the lady down on the bottom is one of our new artists, and she is our mosaic artist.
I like that.
She has the platter, and I've seen some windows, and they're just beautiful.
That is gorgeous.
Mike Smith, I believe, is all the baskets on the right-hand side. He always has beautiful, beautiful baskets.
And different. That one in the middle is really different. That's a real conversation piece, isn't it?
He's a real detail-oriented artist.
Yeah, I like it.
And then the artist in the middle is Chris-Ann Cosell, and I think it's silver jewelry with stones, and
Statement
they're
pieces.
just Just
Isn't what they call,
beautiful.
you know, they're really different and memorable. Yeah. How fun.
Very striking.
Yeah. So, oh no, these are amazing.
Now I think that is more of
The mosaic.
the mosaic artist.
Wow, those are just beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, and like I said, she's new, so I have a feeling her stuff is just going to do.
And you know what's hard about this is you go there and you want everything.
Yeah, in her window, yes,
Okay.
yes,
Okay.
gorgeous.
Yeah, that's
stuff.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people who would love to have that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I
That's
do.
neat. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's gorgeous. So you have new artists, you have some new mediums. I mean, I don't remember mosaics from before, so that's fairly new. So tell me about this. All year long, you're working toward this, and then you have the 3 days. How does it feel when you get done with this? Aren't you just exhausted?
Yes, we are. I am. I can speak for myself. I'm exhausted.
I just
yes.
can't even imagine, because you're pretty much there the whole time, right? Or close to it.
Yeah, there's a central checkout, so we don't have to be there, but
okay.
it's a co-op organization, so we all can sign up for different duties. Some of us will greet you at the door. Some of us greet you as you leave. Some of us help package up things as they're sold. So we don't have to sit in our booth, but
right. But you know, it's really nice to go there and see
like
the
to be there.
artist who made what you're buying,
Right.
you know, and ask questions, and you know, have them tell you about what the process was they used, or where the, you know, where the fruit came from, or where, you know, what their inspiration was. It's just nice to have that.
it's nice to talk to the customers. I like
Do you
that
enjoy
part
that?
of it. Yeah.
Do you enjoy that part of it? How about you, Star?
I enjoy it. Actually, I love to go around and visit with the artists myself.
Oh, yeah.
You know, before or you know, during, mostly before the show, or
Right.
while we're setting up and that sort of thing, and talking, like this is Sue's, and talking with Sue, and how Sue will tell me how she goes and she buys the metal, and she brings it home and she cuts it. And then she takes and she hammers it, and I mean, just the whole process. And it's really.
I bought a bracelet from her last year. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a friend that keeps trying to borrow it from me, but I'm afraid of not getting it back, so it's mine. But yeah, it's beautiful. So are most of the artists then from this area? I mean, as far as Estacada, Corbett, and
Portland.
Portland area?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. One of our new guys is from Zigzag. And
Yeah, some people come from out of it.
Yeah, I was
There's
thinking we
several.
also might have a guy from up in Vancouver or Vancouver area or something like that.
But still, it's pretty
Yeah,
close in.
yeah, right here around the area.
Considered local artists. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And they really are great gifts. I mean, because everything is original. I mean, it's you're not usually everything that is there is something you're not going to find the exact same thing. You're not going to go down to Target or whatever. Nothing against Target, but you're not going to find that usually in the you know, the chain stores. And they're usually pretty special and pretty unique. Yeah. So what motivates you to keep creating this beautiful art? What do you do? Are you full-time artists, both of you? Yeah. Yeah.
For me personally, I enjoy it. It's just an expression of myself.
Yeah.
You know, and more and more, you know, getting where I'm growing my own fruit and that sort of thing. It does. It makes me feel more like this is, you know, from the get-go coming from what I'm doing.
It's you, and it's what you were meant to do.
Yeah,
and
I really enjoy it.
It's fulfilling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I worked 34 years at the telephone company.
Oh yes, that's
So
right. 'Cause
that was so non-creative.
I did my 15 years there
yes.
at the telephone company.
So-
Those of us who used to work there, we know what that means. Now people don't know what that means. You know, the young ones
Right,
don't know.
back then,
A telephone company.
way back then.
What's that?
I would sit when no one was looking and draw a hand or fingers.
Yeah.
I had to keep drawing always.
Oh wow.
So now I can do that because I'm retired and just.
Do you find it more fulfilling?
Oh yeah. Yes.
So you both live in the area then? You're both in
Portland,
this
I
area?
am.
Yeah. So do you obviously draw your inspiration from nature? I mean,
Right.
and that's
Right.
great. So you mentioned driving down the road and slamming on your brakes. Where else have you been where you found something that inspired you, but you wouldn't have expected it?
Oh, anywhere can be inspiring.
Yeah.
I went to Pacific Northwest College of Art, and I had a photography teacher, and he'd take us and plant us in a parking lot in the middle of nowhere and say, start taking pictures.
Really?
And you look around going, what? And then all of a sudden you start seeing things.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, there's a design there in the rocks on the ground. You know, so you can find inspiration wherever you are.
I think that's an artist's eye for you, because I know people that see things like that, and I have to really think about that before I see that. You know what I mean? I don't, if I'm walking through a parking lot, I'm not usually seeing things that I would think are beautiful or artistic, unless I'm thinking about it, and then I'm like, okay, I bet I could find something here, you know, in a puddle of water, or that kind of thing.
That's very true.
But artists seem to find that a lot more easily than I do, which is probably why you can create such beautiful things and the rest of us buy it. So we can surround ourselves with that beauty. So then how much time do you actually spend on your craft, on your artwork during like a typical week? Does it vary all the time? Is it?
It varies for me.
Does it? Yeah.
But on each individual painting, it could last a couple months just to do one painting.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of heart and soul put into that. Yep. Which is why this is the Heart of the Country show.
There you go.
Sale. So we're just about out of time. Any last minute things we should know about this? I know it's the 18th, 19th, and 20th of November. It's at the Sam Cox Building down at Glen Otto Park. What else do we need to know before I let you go here?
We have just a lot more than we have here.
Okay.
There's a lot of different, the soap lady is there.
Okay.
A lot of people come just for certain items.
But when they're there, I bet they see other things they like.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And we have wreaths and all that kind of thing.
Great.
And then you have door prizes too.
They
give door prizes. I think
it's a very fun event.
Half hour on the hour or something.
Every hour,
So stick around.
Yeah.
And that's sort of like entertainment, because it's fun to watch them give away the prizes.
Yeah, everybody likes a door prize or a raffle prize.
Right.
Yeah. Well, thank you both very much for being here. I'm looking forward to the event again this year. It should be fun. I haven't decided which day I'm coming yet, but I'll try and make a point of being there. So if folks are out there and they're looking for holiday gifts, they're looking for something special for themselves, or you just want to get some good artwork, this is a great deal, and it's a very fun event, and you might meet some really cool artists. So don't go away. We'll be right back in just a moment with more of Community Hotline.
Documentary was more than I ever would have dreamed of doing.
This is a community media station.
It was phenomenal.
Ready, camera one.
What is it about this place that makes so many different people come together?
Ready, camera two.
Very professional, experienced people.
You can use these industry standard pieces of equipment.
Ready, camera three. Take three.
To be rich to do this.
Open people's eyes to something they've never even thought of before.
Cool stuff happens. It becomes this community.
That's going to really change who's telling the stories and who's controlling the messaging.